Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 313. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Siniti.
What's up?
And Tony Korkanakis.
Go, go, Power Rangers!
Woo! Corey's not joining us.
Rangers,
Corey had his second wedding anniversary.
Man, all these anniversaries, he's just getting out of
I'm kidding.
things easy.
I think Corey's got... I'm not sure what Corey's got.
Something family
He's
related.
got something family related. But,
that's what happens when you're a family man.
Hey, he got back from vacation with us. We were at Comic-Con. So
No, I'm not complaining
I'm thinking,
at all.
I'm thinking it just needs to be some dinner, you know?
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, I 100% understand. Corey is playing it safe.
Yes. And hey, we had a great time at Comic-Con, which we're going to do a bonus round for you listeners and viewers. So look for that later in the week. I added that actually to our Twitter and Facebook message boards, so you can take a look. Wow, I just said we're going to be recording this that you're listening to or watching, and we're going to still do a Comic-Con podcast. So look for that. It's a bonus round. We can
Bonus content.
Yeah, there was so much. I mean, it's going to be tough not to talk about all of it here. Basically some quick glimpses. We can talk about what we've watched, as in what you're going to have seen by the time you hear this episode is the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode airing tonight at 10 o'clock. So we've seen that episode. We get to see...
You guys have.
Oh, yeah, Mike, you were only there for one day at the Comic-Con convention.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Still, you'll be joining us on the... Will you be joining us in the bonus round, or are you going to sit that one out?
It depends. Are you going to talk about the panels the whole time, or what was on the floor?
Floor and panels. Everything. So,
all right. We'll see.
I assume you'll be there. Anyway, so we got to see the S.H.I.E.L.D. episode. We're going to kick it off with that, because Corey's not here, so I can go out of any order I want. We get to watch the S.H.I.E.L.D. panel, and we'll talk about this on the bonus round, but we got to see the episode. Let's just focus on the episode itself and not mention the panel, really. We'll talk about that at Comic-Con. So, I like the episode, actually. I'm liking what they're doing with the episode, you didn't really get to see Ghost Rider in this one, but I don't know. I liked it, and I do like that. I still, Mike, like that this season is about Ghost Rider. I still like it. I think it's fine.
Am I gonna like this episode though?
Yeah, I think so. It feels like an older S.H.I.E.L.D. episode, doesn't it?
We'll see.
It wasn't that much Ghost Rider, so yeah, probably.
I felt like it was an older episode. I mean, you got to see some... we can't talk full spoilers, so Mike hasn't seen it. You guys probably haven't seen it either, but I liked the episode quite a bit, and I do like the start of this season quite a bit, so I'm happy with the way they're going with the show. I know, Tony?
Mm-hmm. No, I like it. I mean, things are happening.
Yeah.
You got an interesting new character.
Yep.
I would say that I really like to see Bobby and Hunter. Yeah, I'd like to see them return because their show got canceled because, I don't know, I thought they added a lot of, team dynamic there that's missing.
The problem with this is they're aren't they wanted fugitives? So it's like...
Yeah, but I mean, come on. You can come up with something.
Coulson's technically dead, so...
Right, exactly. Exactly.
It's... You're right. So, they can figure something out, and I do agree. Those two characters were probably two of the most interesting characters they had, which is why they were going to get their own spin-off, and it got canceled. So, I think that's pretty worthy. I think we should get that. It's kind of weird this season so far not having Ward.
I'm fine with it, though.
He hasn't really been on the team itself for a while, though.
But he's been
on the show.
But he's been around. He's a mainstay from the show.
I'm okay with him not being what happened with him last season? He got killed and then possessed by whatever the thing's name was. It just got kind of hopey towards the end. I'm like, okay, bro, you need to go. You just need to go.
Because it really wasn't him at that point, anyways. Mm-hmm. You're right.
No, exactly.
So, all right, let's get into a quick box office rundown.
Why?
Because I'm going to do it. It's out of tradition for Corey. The girl on the train. At number 1 at 24.6 million. I only do the top 5. It takes if you don't say anything, Tony, it takes 30 seconds. This 30 seconds here is what adds the minute. The Girl on the Train at number 1. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children at 2. Deepwater Horizon at 3. Magnificent 7 at 4. And The Storks at 5. So, there's your box office. quiet times, guys. Quiet times. So Godzilla Resurgence comes out though, right? Or is it out? It's screening in specific theaters right now.
Wait, what?
The Godzilla Shin Godzilla thing, the Japanese film.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it came out yesterday.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah, I do too. I heard it's actually pretty good for. I mean, a reboot of Godzilla. Essentially, they're ignoring what we did, right?
Yep.
Yeah, which is what they did last time, if you remember. They brought out Godzilla 2000, I think, right when we brought out the shitty Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick.
God.
But yeah, so that's your box office opening. Like I said, is Godzilla. Nothing else really need to worry about. The accountant. Nothing else good. But let's get into the news. Oh damn it, Corey's not on this podcast.
No.
Barb will have justice in Stranger Things season 2.
Sort of.
So the I guess the creator of the show or the writers on the show have still come. They were at Comic-Con talking about it, and they answered the question as saying, yes, she will get her justice, but no, she will not come back to life. She's definitely dead. For those wondering,
I think this is actually from people talking to David Harbour, the guy who's Hopper. Because
I saw Hopper that was doing that. Okay.
Because I saw that he was there at Comic-Con, and I think they quoted him.
The creators.
And he also said almost the exact same thing last night on what was it, Colbert or something?
The Rapport? Oh no, he's not on the Rapport anymore. He's on the Late Show.
Yeah. He was on one of the late night shows. It might have been Jimmy Fallon, actually. I don't know. But yeah, he said almost the same thing. It's like, yeah, we'll get justice, but no, she's definitely dead.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
I think that's fine.
I mean,
as we all said, we're fine with her being the character that she was. I was fine with it. So.
But she served her purpose.
She did,
which was to motivate Nancy.
Corey's not here to get angry about this, so his girl.
I hope he listens to this and gets angry. Though.
I'm doing this on purpose because I have a feeling he will listen to this. So he's in love with her. So what can I say? It's his girl.
Yeah. It's funny because while we were waiting in the one line, I forget which line it was, but one of the panel lines, there was a girl that I think was trying to be Barb.
There was a cosplay for Barb.
A cosplayer that was right next to him. I wanted to comment so bad, like,
man, you should have done
Corey. I was like, hey, Corey, you should go after that because you love Barb.
I was there. Yeah, okay, I remember that happening. That was definitely a girl cosplaying as Barb. And if she wasn't, doppelganger. It doesn't matter.
Unintentional cosplay.
Yeah. Which was hilarious at the convention when you see the state police walking around and you're like, okay, they're not cosplaying, they're actual real police.
Yeah,
you don't know.
I was like, okay.
They had a good presence there. They had but there were a lot of models there and stuff and actors, so I guess they needed a good police presence. But
yeah.
Anyway, so Barb's gonna get some more story for us at least. They will deal with her fallout from season 1 in season 2, so look for that. Superman premiered on CW yesterday. So did Supergirl. However, the ratings for that show are fantastic from yesterday. Fantastic. Beat the Arrow premiere, which is CW's most popular show at this moment. I'm just giving you numbers. I'm not giving you my opinion, Tony. However, I think I said last year that Supergirl was stronger than Arrow in its story. Anyways, I think I said this.
Sure.
I'm pretty certain I said it. So I'm glad to see these ratings.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
It's like they don't have to worry in that universe. They don't have to worry about spoilers for last season for those wondering for Arrow, but Amanda Waller getting killed. They don't have to kill off characters to maintain a DC quo. So, Mike, did you watch the episode? DC quo.
No.
It's a new word.
No, I didn't watch it. I caught about 5 minutes of it, and I'm like, oh, this looks interesting, I guess.
I think you'd be fine starting, and those wondering too can probably just start with this season. The more I thought about it, I'm like, you can all just start from this. There's one big plot point that you need to know, but you don't really need to know. Even if you found that out, Mike, you would be like, oh, okay, that's cool. But I send you the message anyways about who's who.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really liked it. It had to deal with another Luthor, not Lex. Lex is in jail in this, and I liked it. I liked the first appearance of Superman. Matt, my brother, is a huge Superman fan. I think I've said this before. He was texting me, asking me about what the styling is because he heard it was like Christopher Reeves, and they have a shit ton of nods towards the Richard Donner movies So they talk about Lex setting off an earthquake on the West Coast, which is what happened in Superman 1.
Wait, so this is supposed to be in the original movie universe?
That's what I was talking about on Slack chat. That's when I sent that
I
message.
remember
Tony.
this now.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So, but then they talk about Clark Kent's kind of relationship with Cat Grant, which is a nod to Dean Cain's Superman, right? I mean, if you remember Lois and Clark, there was a big thing with that. Overall, I felt like the guy felt more like Dean Cain than he did Christopher Reeves. Just a little.
Yeah,
but there's nothing wrong with that. It was a little bit lighter, and that's a good thing, Tony. We talk about this. Like, he was more Superman.
Why not just have it be its own thing?
Than Superman.
Is she supposed... This doesn't even make sense. Like, wasn't there already a Supergirl movie that took place in the Superman universe? Or is that totally separate?
I'm not saying it's part of that. They were nodding
Who
towards
even
it.
knows? That was such crap. That was on my list of stuff to make you guys watch for a little bit.
Wow. You know, I don't think I've ever seen that movie, which is crazy because I've seen a lot of shitty old movies. But, I don't know. Yeah, let's see. We have what was I talking about here?
I don't know. I feel like they're just loose references anyway. They're just like, oh, this is Superman.
Yeah, there were nods. Anyways, I liked it. You guys should check it out. If you haven't seen the first season, it's fine. You can still just watch it starting with season 2, and you'll probably enjoy it. I like it, and I would recommend it for those who are into the DC universe. So, anyways. Where are we now? Let's see. We did Barb. We did Superman. Let's talk about Sinister. No, let's not talk about Sinister, because he's not like the main villain from what I'm understanding in this Wolverine 3 movie. Apparently the Hellfire Club leader, one of the Hellfire Club leaders, the Donald Pierce. Which,
I have no idea who that is.
I guess he's the White Bishop and the White King of the Hellfire Club. Like, he served as two names, I guess. So he's been in charge of the Hellfire Club or whatever. So I think we're going to get the Hellfire Club in this one, which is cool. But isn't Sebastian Shaw like the guy behind that, really?
It's so dumb, though. Like, the Hellfire Club... Oh, God.
Now what?
Hellfire Club was supposed to, like, take on the entire X-Men. They were supposed to be, like, another brotherhood, like, another just group for them to fight. It's not, like, Logan's shit.
Tony's at the I give up phase. I don't even know what happened here.
I don't see what the issue is there, but it's all right.
It's so dumb. It's not his villain.
Like, I completely forgot to
He's an X-Man. It's an X-Men villain. What are you talking about?
It's not a solo thing. It's not a solo thing. If he takes on the Hellfire Club alone, like, that's dumb.
That's what he did in the cartoon when everyone else was captured.
Yeah, he broke them free, and then they busted their ass out. If that happens, I'll have no complaints, but I doubt that's going to happen.
No, it's not an X-Men movie. But
it's a future X-Men movie, too. He's Old Man Logan in this, really. He's Old Man Logan.
Well, I doubt we're going to get anything close to that story, but...
Yeah. Well, it is going to be rated R. They keep saying this on every news article.
It's going to be the last thing Hugh Jackman does, so whatever. Let him have his fucking shit.
It won't be the last thing Hugh Jackman does. His last thing is...
Well, I'm sorry. It'll be the last time he reprises the role as Wolverine.
And now, we've said the same thing. I love this. I can tie this in. We've said the same thing on this podcast about a certain James Bond, Daniel Craig. And guess who's probably coming back? Because we've said this a million times. And I think Corey's actually said he's ready to move on. I said, and I've defended Daniel Craig from Mike. But I'm ready to move on. Like, I'm ready. And apparently he's not. He's coming back.
No. He's been ready to move on for like 2 movies, but money talks. So he's like, yeah, I don't care anymore. That's fine. I love it. I mean, that's absolutely it. He's been ready to move on for 2 movies now. And now he's suddenly backtracking, saying, I'll move on when the character's no longer interesting.
AKA, I'm not getting paid as much as I want to.
I'm making the money movements here for the listeners. So yeah, he'll be back, I think, for Bond. Was it Bond 25 are we on now?
Who cares?
I don't know.
I like James Bond, Tony. I like James Bond.
I used to like James Bond.
Oh, calm down. Mike, you actually only ever watched Pierce Brosnan's James Bonds. So I like
That's not
James
true.
Bond.
I've watched the other ones too.
Bullshit.
I don't think James Bond, I don't think those movies hold up very well.
They don't. To be honest, but I think Pierce Brosnan's one, if you put him in the 90s framework, they do. I think Timothy Dalton's ones were pretty good too.
Yeah, those were fine.
Roger Moore is ridiculous.
Roger Moore had the up and down ones, and Sean Connery.
Sean Connery is a product of his time.
But you can still watch yeah, I know. But you can still watch the Sean Connery ones and enjoy them. I still like those.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So I just watched them again recently. So I don't know. And the Pierce Brosnan ones, don't get me wrong, Mike. GoldenEye is still one of my favorite Bond movies. And you and I argue about Daniel Craig nonstop. I can't even argue with you on this. It's one of my favorite Bond movies. It really is. I feel like his other movies weren't that great, but I can't say that Daniel Craig had many good sequels after Casino Royale anyways. I liked Skyfall myself quite a bit.
I'm just saying, for a series that has 25 movies, I don't even think 50%, half of them are good.
Yeah, I can see it. But hey, it's like fans of Star Trek, the original series. Like, the episodes really aren't that good, and they'll admit that a lot of them weren't that good. But overall, there were some very good episodes. Hold on,
that's a TV series. That's a lot different. They were going to unexplored territory. No pun intended.
But when you have like 26, 27 movies, it's almost like a series at this point. I mean, it's been going on that long.
Yeah, but that many decades, like, you think they'd be able to nail these things down?
It's like making 13 Halloween movies. Do you think they're all good?
Yeah, the Halloween movies were turned out on a yearly basis because it was just cheap thrills for teenagers. There's like, what, 4 years between these movies now? 3 at least.
Yeah, you're right. They do take a longer time with Bond movies. It's just been going on for so long. It's like it spans generations.
God, what was the last one even? Quantum of Solace?
No, that was the bad sequel.
Spectre.
Spectre was the last one.
Yeah, I didn't even see Spectre. Quantum of Solace.
That was the one. Quantum of Solace. Skyfall, I liked. I'm sorry, I liked Skyfall. I liked Casino Royale.
No, wait. Maybe
Skyfall is my favorite Craig one.
Where was the one where it ended with him
James Bond like
him in his house? He was
That's
taking on
Skyfall.
God, that was shit.
Wow, I can't believe you didn't like that one.
That's the best of Craig, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was the closest to a James Bond movie that he's done.
So, God, I don't even remember
traditional
who the villain
James
of that movie was.
He's James Bond, but anyways, he's coming back. It's gonna happen. So
nothing good can come from forcing this guy to come back and overpaying him.
I know.
Like nothing.
I was kind of looking forward to seeing a new style of Bond. I'm at that point where I'm ready for that.
You think they would just cut their losses and be like, fine, this guy's too fucking expensive. Let's just get the next one in here so we can milk him for 10 years or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't understand unless they're
like wipe the slate clean. Like wipe the slate. Like did the last one even like make money for them?
Yeah.
Was it profitable?
I think they've been doing pretty well actually with this last few.
He's a draw. I mean, he is. I think the next movie for them is going to not make the money either if he's in the Bond. I think we're all ready to kind of move on. So, I mean, even I am ready to move on, which means
now here's a question I'm going to pose. And again, I'm not even a fan, so it doesn't really matter to me. But what about a movie set in the James Bond universe but starring another agent?
Like 24?
So, the Bourne Legacy or whatever the hell that was?
The Bourne Legacy or 24?
Yeah, something like, I mean, like 008 or something, 009, 000.
No, why not just get a James Bond? Like 007 can be
because fuck James Bond, fuck him.
Like, who's to say?
What defines James Bond? Seriously, what defines James Bond?
Exactly, it's not the actor. Like they can put an actor
there was stuff that defined him until Daniel Craig came.
I think that every actor that's played him has had their own take on James Bond, and the reason behind the freedom to do that is that the character can be like multiple people. He's not like the same. The movies aren't necessarily tied together. You know what I mean? Like they're different.
I mean, that's sort of rebooted every time there's a new character. Although there's some sort of vague references to the past still, but
but overall,
that's part of the fun of this series is that things carry over, but they don't. I mean, you have the same guy as Q all the way through up until The World Is Not Enough, I think.
Yeah. Well,
actually, that was his last one.
Didn't he pass away, and that's why he would have been? Yeah, he would have been Q straight through.
But within that movie, he also handed it off to R, who was John Cleese, which would have been great to see going forward. But now we get some little hipster piece of shit as the new Q because Daniel Craig. But I don't know. Yeah, it's part of the fun, I think, of the series is that there's sort of this murkiness between what is the continuity. No one really knows.
Yeah.
But for each actor, there's a continuous continuity. So you have that much at least.
All right.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I just like to see less of what they keep doing and something else instead. I'm just saying. Like, if they were like, we're gonna retire the James Bond franchise, I'd be like, well, shoulder shrug.
I mean,
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
So why are we even talking to you about this?
I don't know. I wanted to see Tom Hiddleston as James Bond. I thought that would have been cool. Idris Elba.
Okay, like that might have been interesting, but you're just making it a new character. Like what? Like why?
Because
do you have to have 007?
Like, it's like because it's like a saga. He represents like it's a bigger thing. You know what I mean?
He's the definitive spy character.
Yeah, like it's not the chauvinist versions we got back in the 60s, 70s. It's like it's just like it's James Bond.
Okay, how would you define Daniel Craig's Bond? What defines him?
Action.
Lack of emotion.
Oh man, you guys are so
raw.
Albino-ness.
Raw. Am I trying to sum this up in one word? I'm not sure. You just asked me what I'm trying to sum it up in one word. No, fine. Like he's supposed to be a very polished version of James Bond. And I think he does that well. I'm just saying his stories have been shit. The 2 movies. He's 2 for 2, in my opinion. He's bad.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, how do they not know how to either create a new storyline that's good or adapt, because they come from novels, right?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, but Ian Fleming wrote a lot of them. The first one that was completely new was actually Spectre. Yeah.
No.
Maybe they should get somebody to write new
based on the book.
It was based on nothing, I thought. Maybe it was a short story, but I'm almost certain the rest of them happened.
A lot of the newer ones weren't really based on books,
no.
I think. GoldenEye wasn't a book.
Are you sure?
GoldenEye was named after, like, his, like, summer home or something. It's not a book. I think since, like, Dalton, they weren't books anymore.
Oh, I thought that there was a whole... Like, I thought there was something about Spectre. Now,
I think Casino Royale, I think, actually was a book.
It was his first book. That was the first James Bond book ever written. So, yeah.
I don't know, but whatever.
I don't know. I've never really looked up... I've never read the books, so...
No, neither have I.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We've got Wasp. We never talk about Wasp. I don't know.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Well, she's going to be in Avengers 4, whatever that's going to be titled.
4.
We don't know what it's going to be titled yet.
Isn't she going to be
Avengers 3 Part 2?
Well,
isn't she going to be like...
That was the original
title. Is she
going
to be like 50 by then?
No, what? It's 1920. I don't know, 2019, I think.
1920?
Yeah, they're like a year apart, these sequels, because they're going to be Part 1 and Part 2.
Right, and it's only a year, like, kind of like Harry Potter.
Yeah, so they're going to be quick, Mike. They're not bad. So we're going to get Avengers, we're going to Infinity War, which is 2018, and then 2019 is the sequel.
2018 for Avengers 3 already?
Maybe I'm wrong. It might be 2019, but I'm almost certain.
No, it makes sense.
I'm almost certain that's where it is, yeah. So, yeah, I'm fine with that. She's not going to be Infinity War, but this also goes back to us talking about, like, there are going to be some deaths in Infinity War.
Yeah, or shit's going to go down.
What's that?
Shit is going down.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. Like, I think the actress who played the Wasp was pretty good, She had a lot of sass with God, what is her name? Paul Rudd, yeah.
Evangeline Lilly, isn't that who played her?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. You could say any name and I would just agree with you.
Because
Evangeline Lilly.
She was from Lost.
Yeah.
I never watched that.
Lost?
No, neither have I. But,
yeah, you know what? Don't watch it.
No, everybody has told me to not watch that, so I will never watch that.
But see, I didn't tell you to watch it. You got to give me some credit there. I tell you to watch some shit sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Which, getting into what we've been up to, I did tell you guys to watch Clone Wars. Mike, you're watching Clone Wars now.
Yes, I'm on episode 11.
Just got to get through season 1. Trust me.
It's not that easy. I'm getting tired of it.
How many... Season 1's pretty long, right?
No, it's short. Season 1's quick.
Oh, is it short?
Yeah.
It's at least 20 episodes.
I thought it was the shorter one. I thought it was 13 to 16, somewhere in there.
You could honestly probably skip to the last 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah, you can. That's what Tony did. After that...
No, that was for Rebels.
Oh,
I actually watched all of season 1.
Oh, man. Yeah, so I would skip to season 2, Mike. Just try to see if that can hook you there. If it doesn't, then give up. But I have a feeling.
Yeah, I would honestly say read a synopsis of the last 2 episodes of season 1. If you think they're interesting to watch, go watch them. But you could probably skip to season 2. Like, season 2 is the one that hooked me. Like, season 1, I was like...
Yeah, you were wondering what the hell we were talking about.
Between episode 10 and 11, I feel like I missed something anyway. They, like, said, oh, Anakin captured himself on purpose. I'm like, when did this happen?
Exactly. It's like, wait, what? You got to really pay attention to those pre-episode clips because, like, they do actually tell you something. I'm like, wait, what? They just kind of thrust you in there. And I got to enjoy that later on because I was like, all right, you don't need to do 1 episode of stupid bullshit. Just be like, yeah, Anakin got captured on purpose. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah, so, Mike, what else? What have you been up to watching-wise?
So I watched that. What else?
Cage.
Oh, yeah, I finished Luke Cage. I guess we'll have a spoiler cast sometime in the future for that.
Next week. We're going to do Comic-Con this week. So
in a way, I'm kind of chomping at the bit to, like, address the issues I have with
trying to write them down so we don't forget. Because everybody, by the time we do a spoiler cast, it's always like, what the fuck happened? But...
Well, I mean... The one thing I'll say is Misty is one of the biggest issues I have with the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ending is my other one, or really the second half, the turn it took. But that said, I still think it's still better, I think, than regular TV superhero shows, S.H.I.E.L.D. included.
For being the weakest of the Netflix shows, it
definitely is that though.
Yeah, it is, but we're not like, I'm not saying I didn't like it. Like, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying it's not great. It's not what I was not as great as I was expecting. How about that?
Yeah. Like, it's what you're talking about, but otherwise I'm just going to keep talking about during my segment too. I really think this takes one of our common criticisms of the Marvel Netflix formula, where like the first half is like really good and the second half is like it's okay. But like this is like super magnified. Like the first half, I was legitimately really interested. I was like, oh damn, this is really cool. But then when a certain pivot happens, in the second half, I'm just like, this feels like a totally different show. Like not kind of with this.
Yeah, it just came out of left field.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Literally.
These shows, it almost seems like they would benefit if they were 8 episodes long, like Stranger Things, instead of 13.
I always, when I was watching Luke Cage, I had that feeling like this would have been great for 8 episodes, this show. It didn't have enough for 13. You can clearly see they just stretched.
Yeah.
So.
And I think, I read an article somewhere, I wish I saved it, but apparently it had to do a lot with the way that Marvel and Netflix signed a deal where it had to be so many episodes in the series. And now that I think, because I think that's a criticism that most people have, is that there's a lot of really great material for like you said, 8 to 9 episodes, but when you stretch it to 13, it kind of like starts to fall apart a bit. So I'm hoping maybe instead of going 13 episodes in the future, maybe cut it down like you said, 8 or 9. But after 3 shows, you save the quote unquote budget for those 3 episodes, and after 3 of those shows, you can make another new series. Yeah. So maybe we get 4 a year of 8 episodes, or something like that. However the math works out.
I don't know. I don't know if budget issues is a problem for Netflix original content right now.
Also, I like the amount of content. Don't get me wrong, and they do go in these shows out of their way to not make any like sort of filler episodes. Obviously, something happens in each of them, but. What these do, Daredevil Season 2 did this in a way, too. They just add something totally new in the second half where...
Right.
It's all right.
Right, and Jim, what I'm saying is it's not about budget, like, I think budget is a concern or anything like that, but, like, if Marvel and Netflix, like, agree, like, hey, we're going to make, let's say, 3 seasons, 13, 26, 39 episodes, instead of 3 series of 13 episodes, wouldn't you rather have 5 of 8? That's 40. So it's a little bit over that budget.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I personally would rather take 5 of 8, a solid 8, like really solid 8.
I mean, I could see them cutting it to 10, but not doing like 8 or 9. And 10 episodes is, something we get on HBO format, so we could do that. And
okay, yeah. But I mean, so like 3 series of 10, that's 30. You saved 9 episodes. So, again, that's what I would like to see anyway. But
yeah.
No, but I mean, just piggybacking still, I really did like the series. It's, like Mike said, I agree with that. Better than most television. Definitely the weakest of the Netflix stuff so far. but definitely still worth a watch. And I do like the Luke Cage character because I really didn't know that much going into the series with him. But I am really excited to see how he fits in with the Defenders because I think he's one of the characters that really needs other strong characters to bounce off of.
Yeah, no he's a very interesting character. He was in Jessica Jones. I liked his character. I liked his character in the show. I don't know if he's good on the solo act. I don't know if, like, I think he is stronger in a multi-hero episode, like we saw with Jessica Jones. He was great. Mm-hmm. And I feel like maybe though it's kind of like, I think we're running into the Superman effect here, like we talked about many times.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because
so
how many times are you really worried that something's going to happen?
Exactly. So I think that's part of there's like hard to get drama with him. So it's just kind of easier if you have another character who's emotionally vulnerable, or as Jessica Jones was, she's a mess, and that's why it worked well for him. So in the Defenders, I think it's going to work great. I mean, especially as we're talking here about these shows all being extremely strong for 6 episodes. So you add 4 characters of very strong episodes in the first half, you have like 24 episodes.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, absolutely. And the other thing I'm excited, I just want to see the interaction, because we got Jessica Jones and Luke Cage already, but I would love to see how he interacts with Daredevil, or even Styx. Like, I think that'd be interesting. Or Luke Cage talking to Kingpin, like that would be a funny conversation.
I really would like to see the Kingpin show up in Defenders. We don't know if he's going to be. We did get the news about Sigourney Weaver, though. We forgot to talk about Sigourney Weaver announced as the villain for the Defenders, which we found out about in the panel.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's awesome. Wow. Out of nowhere, Sigourney Weaver. We don't know who she's playing yet, and Corey and I have been speculating and whatnot, but I think there was the one, like, what was it, Mephisto or something like that?
Basically the devil.
Yeah. So we think I think that's who she's playing as. They're going to, like, do what they did with, what's his name? The lawyer who Trinity's playing.
Oh, Hogarth. Yeah.
So, so I think they're going to do the same thing and gender bend it to a female role, because it's the devil. They can take any form they want.
I guess, but like the devil, none of them have really done anything supernatural yet.
But, I guess Mike, here we go. We're going into Doctor Strange. We're going into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's going to happen. It's all connected.
Totally
Hashtag it's all connected.
It's not connected at all.
Hashtag it's all connected.
It's not.
No. So we went off on this tangent entirely. Sigourney Weaver news. So yeah, she's the villain there. I think that's awesome. But I do think that Luke Cage, as a series, though, moving even further back to what we were talking about, while it was good, it just wasn't quite up as far as, like, Daredevil. Definitely not as Daredevil, and Jessica Jones may be stronger than Daredevil as a series, in my opinion. Like, that had just such a great... The villain was so good. It just didn't have a great finale.
It didn't have a great second half again.
Yeah. But neither did Daredevil in season 2.
It had a second half that didn't really fit. It was entertaining, though.
Yeah. So, yep.
But, so I watched that.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch the Arrow premiere. So about that...
I watched it.
It actually was better, and the reason why is no one is with Oliver.
Yes, it felt like an original episode, didn't it?
Yeah, and he was pissed off, so he was killing people again, and which is, I mean, I'm not really a big fan of that, but I could see like why the character would maybe do that. It makes the stupid ending have a little more resonance, I guess, since he killed Damien Dark, spoiler for the shittiest episode ever, season 4. So if he's continuing to think, the ends justify the means now, I gotta just do this, it makes that mean a little more. So he's going around, you get to see some better action scenes because it's just him. He has some interesting new gadgets with his arrows, and it was okay. But even within the fiction of the show, Felicity is actively acting to ruin the show. Because she's insisting the entire first episode, oh, you need to build a new team of like these young kids who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Can we just get it back to be Diggle and Oliver? I think that was when the show was so good, and then they tried to expand way too much.
No, I wouldn't even say when it was Diggle, Oliver, and Felicity without the romance. That was fine. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You had the Watchtower, even with her being called Watchtower right now, which is fine with me, but with Diggle back... I think, as you know, but let's take Diggle out of the equation because maybe he doesn't come back. But let's keep it to just 3, right? Let's keep it to 3 people. So you have if it's going to be Thea, if it's going to be Thea, that's fine with Oliver and Felicity.
Yeah, but
keep Thea off the show. See, I don't think she added anything.
Thea is there now, but she's like trying not to be speedy or whatever.
Yeah,
that's probably not going to last though. And then this new crop of like these kids, it's gonna be so bad. Like I'm gonna hate.
I can already tell.
It's gonna be so bad. First of all, they have that stupid other guy, Felicity number 2. That dude, he's like, "Oh, train me now," because he got mugged or something, and he's all upset.
Yeah, he got mugged, so he wants to learn how to fight crime.
And there's some other guy who Oliver met, and I did love this that he put an arrow in his leg just like he did Roy. He's like, go home.
Yeah, that was a great version of Ollie. We got a good version of Oliver. We got a killing version of Oliver, which works for Green Arrow, not Murder Man Batman.
It's so dumb. His character it goes back and forth. It's, oh, I have to kill. Oh, I can't kill. Oh, I gotta kill. Oh, I can't kill anymore.
I think this is the first time he went back.
This is the
first time he reverted.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time he reverted. I mean, it was sort of a slow transition.
He killed Race last season.
That's what it started
before.
With. Oh no.
I guess, but Race is a little different. The guy's lived for like thousands of years. His time is up.
I agree, Tony. That makes sense now. Yeah, I forgot about Roz or Race or whatever you want to call him.
It's not an interesting thing for the character. Like,
yeah. Well,
I don't know. I mean, I agree. I would rather have him be badass and, just use a bit more lethal force when necessary, because it was really dumb when he was just saving everybody. But it just feels like he flip-flops way too much. Like, let's flip a coin today. What am I going to do? I'm going to murder people. I'm going to save people. Murder.
Anyways, what else, Mike?
Whatever. I'm done with this season anyway, so let me know at the end if it's worth it.
Well, I did like this episode, but I know I'm going to hate the next one. I can tell. So just take that. Just by the preview and how this one ended, and I don't know why Felicity's on the show anymore. They're trying to do some more drama with her.
We know why. We know
why, but like character-wise, there's no reason for her to be there. Like, she was leaving because she's like, this is stupid. Why am I here? And then, like, I don't know, I guess a disaster happened. She's like, oh, I guess I'm automatically back on the team now.
Yeah.
So dumb. It's so dumb.
So, yeah, I saw that, and I think that may be the only good episode of the season. But we'll see. I don't know. Was there anything else this week? I don't think so, right?
I watched Gotham. Did you watch Gotham?
No, we talked about Flash already, right? Was that last 2 weeks ago? Or
no,
not?
we didn't talk about Flashpoint, I don't think. So.
Oh, yeah, so I watched that too.
Yeah. I liked the episode, it just wasn't Flashpoint.
It was alright, but yeah, Flashpoint's over.
It's not over. There's Fallout this episode. You can never undo a time change, That's the point of Flashpoint. You can't undo what you've done.
They
That's the point.
90% of it. There's only one little detail.
Maybe one. We don't know. There might be more.
I suppose.
So, you can't make that assumption until we know.
You know, I'm sick of Barry just being a dumbass in the show, and
but
he continues.
Not the brightest person in the comics.
He's
a
scientist at least, though. I know, but like this is like year 3 of just like Barry Allen's poor decisions.
But the guy has like superhuman speed, where he can essentially just beat anybody he wants real quick. If they don't give him a flaw like that, come on. It's why watch the show? It's over with.
Well, they have all these speedster villains anyway now, so you don't need to even worry about that.
Yeah, you're right. They keep pulling all these speedsters out of nowhere.
I know, but I don't know. It was all right, but again, I'm interested to see where they go with it, but I don't know if it's anything good.
Yeah. Tony, what have you watched?
Besides Luke Cage, not too much. I forget if I talked about it last time. I'm on Star Wars Rebels now, on season 2, but that took a backseat as soon as Luke Cage came out.
Yeah.
Now that I'm done with that, and your Comic-Con's over, I'll be back to Star Wars Rebels soon.
Cool.
Other than that, we saw tonight's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode, which I thought was okay. Fun setup. And we saw some clips of
Iron Fist,
which looks awesome. I cannot wait for that series.
That series is like the pinnacle of what they've been building towards in Netflix, because you have like the really great fighting aspects in Daredevil, which were awesome, and then like Iron Fist is supposed to be about that. So it's like, I can't wait.
And I think that's a thing that I really missed having in Luke Cage, and I didn't realize it, or maybe I wasn't vocal about it until now. But Jessica Jones, like, they both, because both those characters are powered. They relied more on their raw power and strength and invulnerability more than Daredevil and his martial art and stuff like that. So I really am excited to see that, because what they did show us in New York Comic Con, which we'll talk about on the Spoilercast next week, was or later this week, which is awesome. I cannot wait for this series. I'm resisting the urge. Like, I'm this close to just getting that what is it? The Invincible Iron Fist or whatever.
I'm reading that.
Or the Unbeatable.
Yeah.
I'm like really close to reading it.
The Immortal. We'll I think the Immortal. Iron
Immortal.
Fist.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't know anything about the character. I know less about Iron Fist than I think I did about Jessica Jones.
Yeah, I think all I really know is that he's mystical martial arts. That's what it is. MMA.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. I've watched a few extra things. I just watched Rebel season 3 premiere, which is a couple weeks old now, so I got that done out of the way. 2 episodes still to watch to catch up on that show. What you guys, the premiere, I just immediately thought of you, Tony, with your text about the Clone Wars. Like, wait, this is a kid's show? Yeah. Mm-hmm. The premiere of that is just like, wow.
Really?
Yep, they did that. Yep, they did that. Yeah. Right in the beginning.
Boy. Really?
Yeah, there's more dark side elements in this now. Once you bring the dark side in, it gets dark. And
see, because that's the thing is, I really didn't like season 1 of Star Wars though, because I felt like we regressed, because it was really kiddie the first season. I'm like, oh god, this shit again. Come on.
No. Nothing
as bad as Roger, but
season 2, when it takes the turn in season 2, it doesn't come back. Maybe,
it doesn't come back.
Maybe in the next episode of season 3, it'll get a little lighter. But I can tell you the premiere of season 3, which had Grand Admiral Thrawn, which is the big thing, and he's one of my favorite book characters. So to see him on the show was just awesome. And I want you guys to catch up. There's so much that happens that I can't mention, that I'm waiting for more people to get to the point of where I got to, so you can be like, the oh shit moments we can talk about more. So I watched that, and I went to the movies actually and watched The Girl on the Train, right? Is that I don't know.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Who'd you see that with?
The Girl on the Train.
Who'd you see that with, Jim?
I had a date.
Oh.
Yep. I get those on occasions. So
yeah. Your balls, how'd it go?
Good. It was good. No, it was the date or the movie. Anyway, so not in the podcast. But The Girl on the Train was an interesting movie, actually. It was a mystery movie that was, like, really had a weird twist. Like,
was it mystery or horror? Because the previews I saw, man, it seemed like a horror movie.
It's a mystery movie based on a book. I think you're mixing it up with the other movie that came out. The Girl on the Train's about this girl who's kind of, like, psychotic, and she gets obsessed with watching these houses as she drives by, as the train comes by. And
sounds like a horror movie to me.
And she, like, in her head makes up a life of this one girl, and then something happens that becomes a mystery, and she's trying to figure out what happened. So that's the best way. That's the synopsis, essentially. But it is like it had a twist at the end, and it's really good. You should watch it.
Really?
It's not in theater. You can watch it. You can watch it. So good date movie, but other than that, it was good. So I thought it was good, though. So, those are the only things besides what we talked about that I've watched. That I watched Son of Zorn. Son of Zorn is a great show. I actually really like that. I'm enjoying it. Like, Jason Sudeikis is awesome. And Last Man on Earth. Last Man on Earth has gotten very good as a show. Excellent as a show. It's like worth watching now, guys. Season 1 had its downs, but 2 and 3 are so good. So, all right, I think that's gonna wrap up the Moviecast 313, guys. Right? We got anything else? Did I got everything? Good. All right, so tune in and view us next week or this week also, I hope, on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter at AYCG. Like us on Facebook. We will have the bonus round for New York Comic Con this week, so look for it. We're going to go really deep on Comic Con. That's going to be a longer episode, so check that out, all right? Thanks, listeners and viewers.